She also said that she makes brown rice or quinoa every morning or Irish oatmeal for the day, and they're doing fine without her having to spend 8 to 12 hours at a job away from home. Isn't that cool to be able to do that? You always inspire me and make me feel like the world is a good place to be. Wonderful. That's so cool. I don't believe I can possibly do all this. Jen wrote, I have a question about soap. I don't think my soap was ready to be put into its mold. I thought it was at trace, but it is oily and soft after 2 days in the mold. Should I try to rebatch it? I'm afraid of it losing its scent, and I have had no luck with rebatching. Or should I just wait it out? I would just wait it out. And if it doesn't get hard, you could just melt it in water. Just put a lot of water in it and let it melt and use it for shampoo or for hand soap. Put it in a squirt container. Okay. Unless it's really greasy, then maybe you have to do something else. And Denise asked me how I got the pictures with the words around it. I didn't do that. That was from Erin, M.D. Ravens. She's the one that did it. I don't know if it's a good idea to get the flu shot or not. I think it's everybody's choice. There's a lot of reasons not to get it. But if your health is compromised enough, maybe getting it's a good idea. I don't know. And they do say that it's going to peak in 2 weeks. It's probably 1 week now. While the regular flu doesn't peak until January. So I didn't put the words around the picture. I'm sorry, that was not me. That was Erin. Okay. Oh, Tag. Yeah, your name is. I wish I lived in Arizona sometimes. I love Arizona. And I'm having a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Putting up bird feeders. Amish Horse said, oh, something I found handy to attach a feeder with is those cheap dollar store dog leashes. They are really sturdy, and they are a little easier to throw over a branch from the ground. That's an interesting idea. I use this rope that I got from Home Hardware. They use it to tie the bundles onto your car. They tie their own bundles too, and then they cut it and throw it away. So it's in their garbage containers. That's my dumpster diving at Home Hardware, getting those things. All right, and next we have Egg Griff said on the cold winter feels here versus Georgia. How did a Georgia girl end up in Canada? Well, I was actually going to Florida. I was going to go move to Tallahassee and go to school down there. But on the way, I got this feeling that I shouldn't go there, I should go to Canada. So I pulled into a driveway, turned around, and I went to Canada. And I called an aunt on the way and wanted to come and talk to her about our genealogy. So she was a great aunt I'd never met. She was my grandfather's sister. There were 13 kids or 11 or something. Anyway, so I came and visited her. And while I was here, I met my first husband. And we got married. And then, of course, I was landed immigrant, and so I stayed. And we had 2 children. And then I divorced him after 8 years. And then I married Willem. We had 3 more children, and I am as happy as a lark. And that's how Georgia Girl ended up in Canada. Short and sweet. Egg Griff, I would like to stop by and see you. I'm going to go down to South Carolina, and I think I'm going close to where you live. So write back and let me see if that's a good idea. I mean, I don't want to impose. Okay. And Dream Painter Good old dream painter. I knew you before you were doing soap. And you're welcome about posting your video on my site. I just thought that since you were doing a contest, it's really hard to get people to see where your site is if you just are starting. But people are already coming to my site, so I figured they would see it there. And a lot of people come here looking for soap stuff, and you're doing soap, so I thought that would be a good way for people to go see you. And it worked, eh? That was so good. Yeah, when you write, I told her, and I'll tell you also, when you respond to every comment, after a while, all you see is your own comments, and they don't show you their comments. They only show you your own responses. And so in order to not have that happen, because I want to see other people's comments, I don't want just all of my comments. So if I reply, and then I reply to everything, and then I have to refresh it. You must refresh it. If you refresh it, then you can go through and you can remove all of your answers. And so like you could say thank you to everybody, and then you could remove them all. And so then when other people go to there, they're not going to just see 20 thank yous. They're going to be able to see everybody's comments. Anyway, so you're welcome, Lori. Okay, and onward, let's see. Go Brown 64 said, did you ever take cloves and simmer them on the stove? It removes any odor from cooking like fish or whatever and smells so good. I learned that a few years ago. I do it all the time. It's a wonderful fragrance for the fall and winter time. Well, I never have. I've put cinnamon in a pot and boiled that on the stove, but not cloves. I know there's certain places where people, they have a little jar of cloves, and people would just put one in their mouth to take away their breath odor. I've seen those, but I've never simmered them. That's a good idea. Thank you very much, Go Brown 64. Horsetail basket number 3, Luanawitch. Lunaiawitch. Did you know that you can use fresh horsetail to scrub dirty dishes when you're roughing it? You can take a few and break them into shorter pieces and hold them together with the bottoms even. Then rub that against the dishes. They have a high silica content in their wall structure. Works like a scrubby. Now what does the silica content do? Silica gel. What do I know about silica? Oh yeah, silica gel is what you put when you want to dry flowers. You put them in silica powder. That's interesting. I wonder if you were to grate up or blend up your horsetail, if you could then preserve flowers in it. That's an interesting idea. I'll have to make a note of that. I'll just open that piece then. Okay, and moving on. Lame, Hephaestus said, Nancy, when winter is here in England, I will put a film on and send you a link so you can see the similarities. Mind you, we only have squirrels, not bears or wolves. Lol. Well, of course, that would be lovely. I'm so glad that I have a real winter. So I hear dampness is what's over there. I don't like it when it's damp or foggy. Hector Owl said, AWOL, said about my eggless pancakes. Interesting, like your hat. A lot of people said they liked my hat from that one. And Filthy Rich One said, hi Nancy, just wanted to say I love your vids. I wanted to ask you about hot process soap making. How long on average does it take for a batch to cure, either super fatty or regular batch? And also I've wanted to do layers and color designs on my soap. Would cold process still be the better way to go? Thanks in advance. P.S. It's great to see another Canadian doing their thing on YouTube, eh? Lol. Now,